So you probably know Disney and Disneyland as the happiest place on earth, with many, many attractions and other Disneylands in the world, including Paris in Europe. And they have many different themed rides and attractions, but Disney have one place that they don't want anyone to know about. In the early 2000s, the water park called River Valley was shut down for, well, environmental reasons. But the one that I want to tell you about here was called Mowgli's Palace, located somewhere in the Bahamas. The whole place was built and ready to open until it was just abandoned overnight for no reason whatsoever. So some blogger went to investigate the place, and there he found the place looted and rioted. He drove in as far as he could until his car couldn't get in anymore because nature and plants reclaimed the land. So he got out on foot and started taking photos, finding the sentence "Abandoned by Disney" spray painted all over the place. Not knowing why the place was abandoned, but he went on to explore. He eventually found the centre of the park where he saw a statue of Blue waving to nothing. He even stumbled into one of what would be the hotel rooms and just heard some voices, just some small voices muttering to one another, but no one was there. So he went out and looked around some more, and back at the Blue statue, he found another statue that looked so real, because it was. It was a python. He noticed as well in the park that there was a zoo part, a reptile house, and they just let all the wildlife out. He eventually found the palace called Mowgli's, and stumbled around where he found an abandoned kitchen with meat hooks hanging everywhere, and he was a bit spooked at some of them rocking, but thinking it could just be the breeze. He then went to gather his thoughts and sat down on the steps, but found a sign on a door, an actual sign saying "Mascots Only." His curiosity got the better of him, and with time and decay rusting the locks up, he managed to break into the room where he found a staff quarters. And in that staff quarters was an abandoned place that had gathered dust, rotten mouldy food everywhere. As he wandered further down the rabbit hole, he found another room. A room full of Disney mascot costumes. Of course, he saw that they were all mouldy and decayed, but one strange thing he noticed. There was a Mickey Mouse costume laid out in the middle of the floor, kind of like a murder victim, but it wasn't like any other Mickey. It was photo negative. Black where it should be white and white where it should be black, wearing some blue pants instead of red. He started to look around and take photos, picked up a Donald Duck head, and as he took the photo, he was startled by a smashing noise. Inside was a human skull that shattered everywhere. Creeped out by this, he was about to leave until the Mickey Mouse costume stood up and stared right at him, at first thinking this is some joke, someone messing around. The Mickey Mouse costume then said to the blogger, "Hey, wanna see my head come off?" The mascot then started to twist its head around as huge chunks of yellow blood were gushing out from the neck part. Realizing he had enough, he turned around and began to run, but before he did, he noticed on the wall behind him above the door, written in blood, the words "Abandoned by God." The blogger then fled, running all the way back to his car, creeped out by what he had seen. Looking at the photos he took, all he could see was blurring photos, and never returned to the park since.